So you have this innate responsibility from birth to be. You see the world and society in the way that other people live, and you realize and think that that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way that you need to center your life. That's how you need to be successful. That's it. That's everything. So you're going to exist in part your entire life just to gain this one of these one or two things that possibly won't even affect you in the correct way that they should even affect you in. What if you're destined for greatness of some sort? What if you're destined to change the world or create places and things and ideas that could impact a lot of people and change them and change yourself in the process? You live your life to gain a partner or possibly wealth, success from a job, and that job brings you a certain amount or a certain kind of wealth slash success. So that's a good thing. I mean, in society's eyes, you think you've got it made because you're ready. You've gotten everything that society tells you you need from this life. But how do you know that that's true? How do you even know that that's how you should live? You should think about that. I know I do on a daily, if not hourly, maybe even break it down into 30-minute, maybe 15-minute basis. It's all the time. Because I struggle with the fact that I know how I'm supposed to live my life in the societal view of existence. But I realize deep down, and I feel it within me, that there's a fire for something more. There is a spark for greatness within myself. Yeah, I think it would be fantastic to find a soulmate and be successful and wealthy and have kids one day. I know that those are things that I would enjoy having at some point. But at what point? At what point is my life going to be substantial enough to want to gain that? I don't really even have the want for that in my current state because I haven't made a difference yet. I haven't made a difference in this world. I haven't made a difference in other people's lives. And I haven't made a difference really in myself. I'm finding that where you put yourself and the people you put yourself around and the ideas that you surround yourself with are really is what's going to press it. It's going to press your fire. It's going to enlarge the spark and fire for the passion to gain knowledge, to change the world, to be radical about the fact that humanity is failing. Humanity is failing in every sense of the word. It's terrible. We grow up thinking that, our generation, my generation, I'm pretty sure that 30 years before that, communication stopped. All communication with other humans in the genuine way of communicating has just stopped. The idea of humanity is so skewed. The idea of communication is so skewed that to even think about communicating with someone who's my age or younger is hard. It's difficult because you have these ideas and you have these feelings and emotions, but society tells you, you know what, you shouldn't think that way because you shouldn't care. You shouldn't think that way because you're a guy. You shouldn't feel those things because if you feel them, you're different. So don't feel them. Go get high, go drink some alcohol, and be numb to it, and don't feel them for a little bit. Now, when you wake up, or the next day, you're going to feel it, and it's going to feel way worse. Been there, done that. It feels way worse. So suppressing those feelings, it's just not going to work. You're going to end up running into a wall eventually, and hit your forehead, and it's going to be over. You're going to realize, wow, this whole time I could have been dealing with my personality flaws or the society's personality flaws that are in people that I see every day. I mean, and you're going to say, why didn't I fix this sooner? That's what happened to me. I'm saying now, why haven't I fixed this sooner? I've been trying for years. It's not something that's easy by any means. The generational gap of communication is just lost, because when you have those feelings and you feel like society's telling you, you shouldn't have them, you want to suppress them and you want to not say them. So you don't. And then you confuse the other person. And then therefore the other person gets mad and wonders what's going on. And so therefore they wonder what's going on, so they put ideas in their own head about what's going on. Or they just say they don't care, and then you all never speak again. Which, I guess to some people, maybe that's what should happen, and that's maybe how things should be done in some people's eyes. But that is the incorrect response. That is not okay, because when it comes down to it, there are 7.4 billion people in this world. That's a lot of people. And if you genuinely care about the world and the humanity and what's going on, then you're going to break that down into the thousands. You're going to care about those, maybe million people that live here. And then you're going to break that down and care about, well, maybe a couple thousand that live here. And then maybe the couple hundred that are being radical and protesting and trying to make a difference. And then you're going to break that down into one singular human existence. You're going to look at that human existence by itself. And you're going to see it as love. You're going to realize that, I don't know this person. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know how many character flaws they have. I don't know if they've hurt someone in the past, if they're hurting someone now, if they're confused, lost, alone. But I love them. I love them because they have feelings and DNA strands and emotions and ideas and passion and brilliance that just overflows, and they don't know it. Or maybe they do know it, but they're still a person that cares and is real, and that's how we're connected. We connect in that way because we're all human and we all have these things. So what's wrong with communicating and saying, hey, I feel this way or I feel this way, whether it's bad or good? Wouldn't you want someone to be honest with you instead of just omitting information and maybe just dropping off the face of the earth and you not even ever knowing what happened to them? It's key for us to stay in communication because that's all we have left. Society, the government, people, places, things, everything is just at an all-time failure in its current state. And the only thing we truly have with one another is the love that we can give each other. Now I know that this is going pretty far off of the deep end for most people because, people get mad. They get jealous. They see things that they don't like and they get mad. They want to punch somebody in the face, which that's validated, Bad things happen and it sucks and it really can hurt you in a lot of ways. But you really have to step back and think about the big picture. If someone cuts in front of you, if you get a bus ticket and someone cuts in front of you to get on the bus and takes your seat, well, you could react two ways. You could react by yelling at the person and saying, why did you do that? That's my seat. I am entitled to that seat because I paid for the ticket and now you're in it. And then you all, fighting ensues and, then you're back at square one because, hey, you fought the person, but, they still have your seat. Or, hey, you fought the person, but, now you have a broken arm, and you're still back at square one. Someone still took your seat. So what are you going to do about that? You nothing. Or you can look at it like, That sucks. Because I really wanted that seat. But maybe, just maybe, that person is having a really hard day. Maybe, just maybe, they're in a hurry to see someone who's dying. Someone who's already died. Maybe, just maybe, you should love them even though you don't know them. You don't know their story. You don't know where they've been. You don't know where they're going. Well, you might know where they're going if you're on the bus with them. But love them. Love them for who they are and who they aren't. Because if anything, you can understand that. There's a vast difference in being who you are and who you aren't. But loving someone for both of those things, that's unconditional. That's the way that everybody should be. And trust me, it's not easy. It's hard. It's very hard. I battle with it daily because people upset me. Humanity upsets me. The lack of communication between everyone in this planet is upsetting. It's something that makes me cry just thinking about it. Because sometimes I just want to talk to someone about how I feel. About them. And like, why can't that be okay? Why can't I tell you how I feel and us not fight? Why can't I tell you how I feel and you understand and then give me your feedback? Why can't I tell you that I want to go outside and change the world because of how I see it is just so wrong in every way? And you not come back at me with a conversation about how maybe you feel the same way or you don't. Let's communicate. Let's exchange ideas. Let's not die with our brilliant ideas in the grave. Let's bring those to life. We need to spark a revolution. That's it. That's saying all of these things. The whole main point is the fact that something needs to change, whether it be in the world or in people, or both. Because, yes, we're flawed. I am nowhere near perfect. I make mistakes all the time. Almost 100% of the time, I'm a mistake person. But if we start at the core, which is our heart and soul, and we realize how special that human beings, how insignificantly significant we really are in this world, how small we are, but at the same time, how miraculous we really are. How could you not see love? How could you not want to communicate? How could you want to numb your feelings and not feel anything and then just go about your life just to exist and make money and provide and numb yourself? You need to live. Live for what you want. Live for the change you want to see. Live for yourself, because if you're living for money or success or gain or anything, someone else, you're not going to remember. You're not going to know. You're not going to ever know why you were really put on this planet. You're not going to understand the vast differences and similarities in every single person that exists. And if you can't see that, then, there's not really any point in caring about loving someone or making a special bond with another person that you may not know or you may know. Because then you're just living to make money and buy a big house, and that's all that really matters to you, which is fine. But gain wisdom, gain intelligence. Wake up every single day and thank God that you have knowledge. Because without it, we'd all be sitting here, staring at a wall, trying to numb who we really are and what we really feel, and not caring about the world and the state that it's in and the state that you're in, for that matter. Open your eyes and see the world. See the world for what it is or what it isn't. See everything all at once. And gain as much as you can from it, because we are not here that long. We all die. And it would be such a shame to die and to take that brilliant idea that you might have had, that you were scared to journey on to your grave. So many people That's the best place. That's the best. Graveyards are the best place. Now, graveyards are the places where ideas go to die. It's where so many of them are buried. So many revolutionary ideas, so many radical ideas, so many life-changing, world-changing ideas that possibly could have changed the world in a radical way and that we wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know how to be right now because of all of those ideas. But if you live in the moment and in the present now, and you throw those ideas out there and you run with them, and you run with that fire and that spark that's within you, and try to push and gain as much as you can just by loving and being who you are, I mean, that's where the gain is. That's success. That's wealth.